Hello children, welcome back to your 5th standard environmental studies class. You all must be missing your school. This is our school. Our school starts at 8 a.m. Will you come to school any time you wish? Say by 10 or 11 o'clock? No. Will you come to school wearing colorful clothes or will you wear your uniform? Yes, during school days, you will come to school in your uniform. These are some rules that you would follow while coming to school. These rules are for every student. Similarly, at home also we have certain rules like washing our hands and legs before entering the house or having a bath before your prayers, etc. Why do we have these rules? These rules are for the good of everyone, and these rules are for everyone in the family. So let's learn more about following the rules in our lesson number 6. Rules are for everyone. Let's see what are the learning objectives of the lesson. We are going to learn the laws of nature, rules of social life, changes in rules for society, rules against discrimination, customs and traditions, and also the work done by some Indian social workers against unwanted social customs. Can you tell me some traffic rules? Yes, some traffic rules are: the person driving the vehicle must always carry his original driving license. Persons above 18 only must be allowed to drive. Wearing a helmet is compulsory for two-wheeler drivers. Wearing seat belt is compulsory for four-wheeler drivers. And also we must follow the traffic rules. Vehicles should stop when the red light turns on. Vehicles should slow down at the zebra crossing. Now, why should we obey these rules? We should obey these rules for the safety of ourselves and also the safety of other vehicles and people moving on the road. Traffic rules are for the safety of everyone. Now, do you think we should change any of these rules? No. These rules are for the safety of everyone. So, we have to follow the rules and be safe. If you observe nature, you will find that nature also follows some rules. The rising and setting of the sun, change in seasons, the law of gravity, phases of the moon, etc., all happen according to the laws of nature. Laws or patterns followed by natural occurrences are called the laws of nature. Can we change the laws of nature? Suppose you want to sleep a little longer, can you tell the sun to rise a little late? No. Nature's laws are fixed and constant. They cannot be changed. Our society works according to certain rules. We make rules ourselves. We follow these rules because they are meant for the common good. Human laws need to be changed with changing condition. As you all know, India was under the rule of the British. We gained independence in 1947. So new laws were made for independent India. For example, after independence, the voting age was 21 years. After 1988, the voting age was lowered to 18 years. Now ask your parents and grandparents what rules were followed during their time at school. If you make a note of the rules, we will observe that some rules have changed. Now, our society works according to certain rules. We follow the rules because they are meant for the common good. Changes are introduced in the rules according to the need of the time. For example, in the last few months, we have made lot of changes in the rules to be followed in public places. All of us are aware of these rules. We have to follow these rules for our own safety and for the safety of others. Yes, I'm talking about the rules which are to be followed during the times of Corona. Now, can you tell me what are the rules to be followed now? Yes, to prevent the spread of the virus, we are instructed to wash our hands regularly, to keep safe distance, and also to wear the mask. People are made aware of these rules through the different medias like television, radio, etc. You will come across many advertisements related to the safety measures. Small children, the illiterate people, all are aware of these rules. Rules against discrimination. Gender equality. Now, what is gender equality? Boys and girls, or men and women, are equal as human beings. Considering boys and girls to be equal without discrimination is called gender equality. Boys and girls must respect one another. In the company of our friends, we consider all of them to be our equals. We must maintain this sense of equality as citizens when we grow up. Gender equality does not simply mean that men and women should become same. It means that their rights, responsibilities, and opportunities will be same. Girls should not be deprived or prevented from going to school. Empowering women and girls help economic growth and development. Now, if you observe in this picture, the teacher is explaining that people of every age need nourishing food. Now, the girl has a question for you. Don't girls need as nourishing a diet as is given to boys? At home, they feel only my brother needs good food. How will you answer her question? According to the right to equality, both boys and girls of all ages should get equal food and nourishment. Now we have to make her and her family aware of this. Now what is meant by discrimination? The unjust treatment of different categories of people, especially on the basis of race, age, sex, or disability, is what is called as discrimination. That is, treating people differently based on all these aspects. This means that there should not be any gender discrimination. Both boys and girls must be treated equally. Girls are expected to stay at home and take care of the household work. Girls are not sent to school. In some houses, girls are not allowed to go to work. Going to work and earning money is considered to be the job of only boys. Lesser attention is also paid to the development of overall personality of girls than boys. Such injustice can also be seen with respect to other sections of society. We follow many customs and traditions in our lives. We follow those traditions by observing our mother, father, grandparents, and other relatives. There are several good customs and traditions in our society. We celebrate festivals together. We welcome guests who visit us. We express love and gratitude towards animals. The values of non-violence and peace have been a part of our social life since ancient times. And many of our customs enable us to maintain the balance of nature. The customs and traditions practiced in India have got scientific significance. But there are some traditions and customs that are not desirable. For example, caste distinction. Because of this, a division is created in the society. Untouchability prevailed in India before independence. The Constitution of India abolished the customs of untouchability. Laws have been made to abolish unjust customs like Sati and child marriage. Now, what is meant by Sati? Sati was a historical practice among Hindus in which a widow sacrifices herself by sitting atop her deceased husband's funeral pyre. A widow is a person who has lost her husband. Initially, sati was a voluntary act, but it later became a forced practice. Practice of black magic is banned by law. The law that banned the use of magic for cheating people was first enacted in Maharashtra. Receiving a dowry has been banned by law. These are customs that are not beneficial for our society. Some sections of the society still have no access to education. Therefore, many people are still illiterate. They don't get opportunities and they have no means of livelihood. Poverty and lack of education are two big obstacles in our society. We can make progress only if we get rid of these obstacles. Now, what is the meaning of obstacle? Obstacle means a thing that blocks one's way or prevents or hinders progress. Something that comes in the way of doing something. That is what is called as an obstacle. Some sections of the society are neglected due to wrong customs and traditions. They do not get access to education. They do not get opportunity to develop. They live in poverty as they do not have any means of livelihood. Caste discrimination, gender equality, and lack of education for women were some of the big obstacles in our society. Mahatma Jyotirao Phule, Rajashri Shahu Maharaj, and Dr. Baba Sahib Ambedkar tried to get rid of these obstacles. Savitribai Phule had to fight a great battle for women's education. Her colleague Fatima Sheikh provided her with valuable assistance in this fight. So these were social workers who worked for the betterment of the society. Protection of nature. Laws are also required for the protection of environment. Nature fulfills most of our needs, so it is our duty to protect nature. Natural resources should be available for our future generations. Conservation involves the protection and wise use of natural resources. Natural resources include the basic things in the natural world like soil, water, air, energy, wildlife, and open space. We must conserve these natural resources. That is, we must use them properly. The Pavitra Van or the sacred forest is a religiously influenced garden. In this garden, we will find trees which are sacred. As Pavitra Van is viewed as God's place, responsibility is more on the people rather than the forest department to protect it. Participation of the people are very important in protecting environment. Now this is a picture given on page number 29 of your textbook. There are two pictures here. The first picture shows a man asking a question to his landlord. The poor man is saying that I have returned all the money. How can I still be in debt? What injustice do you observe here? The poor man has paid all the money, but the landlord is trying to take more money from him. The landlord is doing injustice to the poor man by making him The landlord is doing injustice to the poor man by making him pay more money than what he owes. Now in the second figure here, the housemaid is asking a question. Even though I work without a single holiday in a month, why do you pay me so little? Now what injustice do you observe here? Yes, the housemaid is not allowed to take leave. She is paid less as compared to the work done by her. Thus, injustice is done to the maid by making her work more for lesser wages. Let's summarize what we have learned. Rules made for people are changed from time to time. Rules in olden days were in this form of religious traditions and social customs. Laws are made to combat inhuman and undesirable traditions and customs. Combat here means to fight. Please read the lesson thoroughly. Note down the new words that you have learned in this lesson and also note down the meanings of the difficult words. Thank you and have a nice day.